Contrast again. Today I'm making another manga review, and today I'm doing the manga review of Saga of Darren Shan, Volume 2. Yeah, guys, now I'm doing the Volume 2. Now, but before I get into this volume, if you guys noticed too, here haven't really got a chance, because I haven't fully, if you guys know, I haven't got 2 volumes before 7. So I need to get those 2 volumes. So the reason why I haven't done Suzuki in a while is that I don't have the volumes. And another reason is that I'm not very good at finding the chapters online. So better off getting the volumes. When I get the volumes, I am going to read them and do a review on them. But anyway, so the review I'm going to do today is second volume of the Saga of Darren Shan. So this is left off. This starts where it starts off when Darren goes to starts to go to the Circus d'Afrique. So yeah, that's when he starts his travel to Circus d'Afrique. He's on his travels to there. He stays up. It starts where he stays up at like a small hotel or flat for a bit to rest up before he left. And yeah, and he just feeling the he just feels the thing of leaving, and leaving his own family behind and stuff. He starts feeling that, and then we have some dialogue about the vampire guy who turned Dara into half vampire. And we find some good things about him as well, a bit about him, and also we show. And when Darren went out in the city, because being half vampire, he can't be burned by sunlight. He's not affected by sunlight, so he can go outside, which is a good advantage for him. But we found out he doesn't want to drink human blood. He doesn't want to drink human blood. But in this volume, we end up seeing he ends up hating more of it, not drinking human blood. At the start of this, he doesn't seem that annoyed of drinking human blood. He was annoyed, he doesn't want to drink human blood, but he wasn't as annoyed as in the further on the volume. He does get even more annoyed, not drinking human blood. And so I'm sort of hating to drink human blood. He's already drinking animal blood, but we found out that in the volume he gets weaker if he doesn't drink human blood. It seems like no matter what, it has to be human blood. So it's something that we learn about the vampires in this story, that not every blood helps a vampire. Yeah, it might soothe the thirstness of a vampire, but for any kind of food, no matter if it's, well, of course, blood or meat or anything for like us humans eat, or for vampires in this story, either way, as it's food, it needs to strengthen your health, muscles, everything part of your body. Just with animal blood, it doesn't do as much as human blood does, as it only soothes the thirst. It doesn't help the vampires to grow, stay alive. It doesn't help. So we find out that vampires have to drink human blood, but Darren doesn't want to. So he does get, we can see he does looks like he's feeling weaker. His strength seems to be alright, maybe a bit more weaker than it's supposed to be, but we can tell that he is getting weaker and weaker through the volume. Now, after he then he met some people. Wants to join football with. He did, but he accidentally showed. They didn't know he was a vampire. They called him a freak, a monster after doing what he did. But at one point he was going to do a tackle on one opponents who are quite rough as well. Who's a dirty cheat. When he was about to tackle him, being a vampire, he's got powerful strength. So you must have wondered what after that tackle. Yeah, he ended up seriously injuring that guy, which everybody got shocked about. And he ended up having to run away. And then because of that, the vampire guy called, I think his name is said here. Let's see if I can find his name. You called him Mr. something. Doesn't matter. But the vampire, so the full blood vampire and Darren had to leave and find Circus the Freak, and they do. And along the way we found out we get introduced to the other characters that in the part. We got get introduced to the other members of Circus the Freak. One of them becomes Darren's friend, known as Aaron. I think that's how you say his name. Might be wrong, but Aaron, who's the boy who controls the snake. Yep, the snake boy. That's what I call him. And yeah, they end up hanging around each other and showing them around the circus. Next up, we end up meeting a boy called Sam, who really inspired, who ends up wanting to join Circus the Freak because he felt really amazed to see what Evan and Darren do. He wants to do it, and yeah, and they end up hanging out as friends. Along the way, we find another character known as RV, who comes actually a main point in this volume. He does come a main point, who is an animal lover. Yeah, he's an animal lover. He wants to free any animal that's in captivity, and so you might guess, guys, there is sort of an animal in Circus the Freak, and the Wolfman. I'm just telling you guys that the Wolfman and RV, those two are quite important in this volume. Because after Darren invited Sam and get a ticket to the circus, to the show, to see Circus the Freak. He gave him 2 tickets, one for RV as well. They came and they noticed the RV starts to. We found out in the volume after finish that RV started to hate Circus the Freak and the members, so of course he ends up hating Evan and Darren. So we found that out, and also because of the Wolfman and the Spider and stuff like that. So we also find out that with the it automatically proves that it says when Sam asks Darren to see if he can join the circus. And he got on to talk with his the vampire to see if Mr. Tall, the the owner, the well, the presenter, you can call him if you want to, the circus, called Mr. Tall, and he talked to the vampire. He talked to the vampire before he talked to him. See if Darren will Sam be allowed in the circus, and technically he could be allowed, but the only way it was for Sam getting turned to a vampire, which Darren didn't want to happen. So after talking to it, he tried to make Sam give up, which of course it didn't work, because Sam doesn't, after telling him to go and stuff with a lot of emotion, telling him he should not be in this deep darkness he's in. Sam does come back late at the night, but before the circus started, late at the night after the circus started, Darren was outside because he didn't feel too good, so he couldn't do the performance today in the circus. He ends up finding RV trying to release the Wolfman, yes, he tried to release the Wolfman, and the Wolfman is a savage. He will rip anybody apart. And RV thought, as is normal, he thought that he's an animal. He could be, if he his own kindness, he'll be good tamed, which didn't work, and ended up ripping his arms off. And RV ends up running away with the Wolfman. End up sniffing out Sam, and end up running away. And Darren finds evidence that Sam was here. Goes look at Sam, finds Sam, try to protect him, but in the end of this volume, Sam dies, which I felt very impact. I just finished this today at school, guys, and if I wasn't at school, I would have cried. I mean, I would have cried. Come on, guys, I'm 16, goddammit. Crying in school will be weird as fucked. I have to admit that. You got anybody who's been to school or high school or anything, you should know that crying in school just feels weird. It's not bad. But just crying in school when you're when you're a teenager, just feels weird when you're in public. So I tamed myself not to cry, which I didn't. But I felt like I wanted to cry after finding Sam died, and man, it was. I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you guys what happened. Let me see. Let me see. Here we go. That guy right there, that's Sam, who got ripped to pieces. But who just got ate by the Wolfman, which you can see at the top here. And it just got me. The main part that really got me to cry was like around here. That one of those, and not just that, to make sure he knew he couldn't fully save Sam. But there was one dialogue we learned that vampires have. After drinking the blood of a human, the vampire ends up taking their spirit, the human spirit, and the memories of. He doesn't erase the memories up, but he ends up copying them into his mind. So technically, Sam is now within Darren, which I felt that's cool. And after that, they end up leaving to go through the circus. Yeah. And that's mostly what this story's about. this volume was all about. And sorry, it took a while, guys, telling you guys about this, but and just the story this volume, a really good volume, I would say. Actually, I would say it's a lot better than the first volume, no doubt. It's a lot better, I would say. Just the last volume, it nearly made me cry, but not as much as this did, because this got me wanting to cry at the crucial point that it made me want to cry, which I thought ticked it off. You just got me there, and it allows me to see more monstrous theme in this manga. There is a novel out for this, guys. There is a novel. There is, if you guys didn't know, there is a Saga of Darren Shan, the novel. It is out there. As a core, there is one. Because one of my teachers in the school actually has read the novel, so I know that. And yeah, and we also with the I'd say just monster theme. That's to see more chances to interact with monsters and stuff in this one, and also with just the character development we get with Darren, Vampire Guy, and Evan, and poor Sam as well. Man, it was just so impacting. It was just so impacting. I can't wait to read the third volume, because I looked at it. It looked pretty. Well, I skimmed it just now. I just thought it was really interesting, very interesting, and I can't wait to probably read that volume. So anyway, and the art again, still very good art, again. The art is still good. So that is my review of the Saga of Darren. The Saga of Darren Shan, Volume 2. That is my review of this manga. Anyway, I hope you guys like this review. Become one channel fans today. If you guys want to send me fan mail, go in my description below. My address is there. You guys can send me anything, really. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys!